Hey everybody, it is Eric. Happy Thursday. The weekend is almost here. This morning we got a brand new episode of She-Hulk, and it's my favorite episode yet. It's episode 9. It's the last episode. It's called Whose Show Is This? I don't care. I don't care. And you know why it's my favorite episode? Because it's the last episode. Yes. Yes. All right, everybody, I woke up early this morning and took a lot of notes. Let's get through this. So I have to admit, I really liked the beginning of this episode. They paid homage to the old 70s Bill Bixby Incredible Hulk show. They sort of recreated the intro of that show and put Jen Walters in it. I did like it. I liked how it looked all retro. That was pretty cool. So I enjoyed it. They changed the dialogue a bit and, of course, said that she was like being pursued by internet trolls. And Jen tells Bruce Banner, "Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry." And as I said in an earlier video, Jen, we don't like you when you're angry, and we don't like you when you're not angry. So basically all the time, Jen. And then when they go to She-Hulk, it's not CG. It's actually like a real person painted green. And is that her stunt double, a stunt woman? Painted green, or was that a dude? And I'm not trying to be funny. Like if it's her stunt double who's female, that's cool. I mean, I'm on the fence. I thought, okay, they could have went with that actually, but sometimes it did look a little manly. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments. I don't want to make fun of anybody personally like that. That's not what I do here. It's all irrelevant because Jen wakes up and it was just a dream, and she actually wakes up in supervillain prison. You know where Abomination was. So that seems a little harsh. What did she really do last episode that would warrant being in prison? Anyway, her co-workers visit her, and she takes a plea deal that results in her wearing an ankle bracelet, and she can no longer be She-Hulk. She has to be just Jen. And because she's boring Jen, she's fired from the law firm. She can't pay her rent. She has to give up her apartment. Really? She didn't have any money saved? She can't get a new job. She has to move in with her folks. And loses her apartment. And I'm thinking, man, that's a shame, because if those walls could talk, let me tell you. Woof. All right, we got more here on my notes to get through. So Jen and Nikki, they're over Jen's parents' house, and they got like the board up and strings attaching all the suspects and making a web, you know, and they're piecing things together like Sherlock Holmes would hunt down Moriarty. Just saying that sounds ridiculous. They're nothing like Sherlock Holmes. All right, and Jen's mom is a little annoying and tropey. She gives Nikki a lot of food and also shares with Nikki a video of Jen in law school where she's not twerking, but it's kind of a twerk and smacking her ass. The ass, it was a nice ass. There's no doubt about it. Jen breaks the fourth wall and asks us, "Is this what we want?" And I have in my notes, no. What I want is still 25 minutes away. It's the end of the show. That's what I want. But we're not there yet. So Nikki gets the idea to use the video that Jen's mom gave her to sort of like, you know, get in the good graces of intelligentsia. Shared the video with these internet trolls, and it worked. The Hulk King invites Nikki to attend a meeting, but the Hulk King calls her bro, so he's assuming that Nikki isn't Nikki, but Nikki's a dude. So that's a problem. So Nikki has to get Pug to attend the intelligentsia meeting instead of her. Meanwhile, Jen is off attending Emil Blonsky's retreat for like estranged super-ish people. Anyway, all right, so Pug is at this meeting of the intelligentsia, and I think the writers here are making fun of people like me. The dudes at the meeting are saying, like, why is there no He-Hulk? Well, there is a He-Hulk. In fact, in this episode, we're going to get 3 He-Hulks. And they say, Lady Thor, she just sucks. Yeah, she kind of does suck. And they also say, I'm just not saying this because she's female. I would say it if she was a male. Yeah, so would I. So I'm thinking maybe I should join Intelligentsia. All right, anyway, Pug runs into Todd Phelps at this meeting, and Todd tells Pug that he rules and he's hot. And then some other guy off camera says, yeah, I'd smash you. So, like, yeah, okay, that's very strange. Okay. Anyway, Todd says that superpowers should go to the best person for the job. I'm not following his logic, but okay. Todd also reveals to us that he created Intelligentsia. He is the Hulk King. We get back to Jen, and Jen at the retreat is talking to the Christina Aguilera, El Galore. I forget the guy's name. He's not a matador, he tells us, but that guy. And that guy gives Jen tea. You know, they're in their PJs. It's late at night, and I was fully expecting Jen to bang him. I mean, were you guys? Be honest with me. Come on, you were. And we get back to the Intelligentsia meeting, and it was a shock to me. In walks the Abomination. He's the guest speaker. And he looks really weird. They're trying to make his face look like Tim Roth, and I didn't like it at all. Didn't think it looked very good. All right, so Jen goes looking for Blonsky, and apparently, like, Blonsky's meeting Intelligentsia on his property at the retreat. So Jen just walks right into the meeting. And Todd sees her and admits that he's behind everything. He stole Jen's blood. In fact, he's going to inject her blood into him right now. And he turns into Todd Hulk, and it's really stupid. Titania shows up, just busts in, and then Bruce Banner, the real Hulk, shows up and starts fighting Abomination, and the show overbreaks the fourth wall. Jen tells us this is a mess, none of this is working. Is this working for you, she asks us, and I wrote hell no in my notes. And then the show does something strange. It changes, and it makes it look like if you're watching it on an app on the TV, that you've hitting the back button, gone out of the show, which I've wanted to do so many times over the last 9 weeks. So it's like we left the show and got back into the Disney Plus menu, and then we have like a miniature, she have She-Hulk. She climbs out of the thumbnail of her show, kind of like rappels down and jumps into an empty thumbnail on the Disney Plus menu. She does that, and she ends up that she's like on the Disney backlot, I guess. And she finds the writers of She-Hulk. She walks into the writer's room. I use the term writers very loosely, my friends. She walks into the writer's room, and in the room are many of the real writers of She-Hulk. And everything starts to make sense when you see the writers of She-Hulk. They tell you, write what you know. So, yeah, it all makes sense now. She-Hulk tells them, my finale sucks. And they mentioned something about, she wants to talk to Kevin. And they go, oh, well, nobody talks to Kevin. And they laugh at her. So, She-Hulk goes to Marvel Studios this time. And they make her sign an NDA. That's the writers of She-Hulk trolling Marvel Studios, which I get it. You're having fun. I mean, I'll give you points for that. There's a front desk guy at Marvel Studios, and he hits the alarm, and all these guards come out, and She-Hulk just basically beats them up. Doesn't really make any sense. It just fills time. And She-Hulk finds her way to Kevin. Not Kevin Feige, but a big room that looks like it could be out of The Wizard of Oz or in The Matrix. The big room with all the TVs where Neo sees TVs of other Neos. Is it with the architect? Is that the guy's name? It kind of looks like that. But in this room, there's not images of Neo. In this room, there are images of every good Marvel movie. None of the Disney Plus crap. Nothing from Phase 4. Just the good stuff I saw. So Jen is in this room and looking for Kevin, but there's no Kevin Feige. Instead, this robot comes out of the ceiling, and his name is Kevin, but it stands for Knowledge Enhanced Visual Interconnectivity Nexus. And Kevin asks that She-Hulk turn back into Jen, again trolling Marvel Studios, saying, listen, but do it off camera so we can save visual effects money, save on the budget. So the camera will cut away, Jen will change, and then we'll cut back. So to save money. So the writers are trolling Marvel Studios. I went, ha. It's too late now to be clever, She-Hulk writers, but I see you are trying. And this Kevin is an AI, and it's the best AI algorithm in the world for entertainment, according to it. And I know apparently it did Phase 4, so I don't know how good it is. Let's be honest here. And it claims it makes near perfect entertainment. And again, dude, Kevin, if you did Moon Knight, well, that explains why Kevin Feige is no good anymore. I mean, what changed, right? Kevin Feige was on a hot streak for 10 years, and then something changed. It might be this bullshit fake robot Kevin. These She-Hulk writers, they might be on to something this episode. All right. So Jen tells Kevin she doesn't like her finale, and Jen basically says, listen, the finale should not be about more super soldier serum, just this time it's blood. It should be about me. And Kevin goes, all right, you've made your case, counselor. So Jen wants the following changes to her finale. Number 1, Todd doesn't get any superpower blood. Bruce doesn't come back from space. Jen says Bruce should come back in his own movie. Jen wants the return of Abomination to Blonsky, and she wants the next scene to be in daylight, not in the dark, because it's kind of dreary. And she was done, but then she goes, oh wait, there's one more thing. We need to see Daredevil again, because a woman has needs. Yep. And then Jen just kind of makes fun of Iron Man, Thor, Loki, Star-Lord for having daddy issues. And she asks when the X-Men are coming. So she's trolling the fans there. And then as she's saying goodbye to Kevin, Kevin tells her, okay, we'll see you on the big screen. And Jen turns around, oh, really? And then the robot just goes, nah. All right, so Jen returns to her own show. She turns into Jen and not She-Hulk. And she tells Todd, I'll see you in court, babe. The police take Todd away, so that wasn't very exciting. Daredevil lands from somewhere, and he is in the terrible yellow costume, and it looks bad in daylight. So now that I got a good look at it, I do not want that action figure anywhere near here. We're going to stick to our red. We like the red. We're not going for that yellow. Blonsky is very happy to go back to jail for violating his parole. I didn't understand why, but we will see why. And then Matt Murdock joins Jen's family for some barbecue at Jen's parents' house. And they ask him about how much money he makes. And I got to say, though, Tatiana Maslany and Charlie Cox, they do have a little bit of chemistry. A little bit. I mean, no one in this show had any chemistry, but these two kind of do. It's because Charlie Cox is a badass actor. Actually, Tatiana, she's trying. I can see her trying in this episode. But you can only do what you can do with the material. And then here's the big reveal. Smart Hulk shows up and introduces his son to the family. So we get Scar in the MCU. Scar is in the comics, and the Scar in the comics looks nothing like the MCU wimpy, pathetic version of Scar that we're going to get in the MCU. Yeah. So they've ruined Scar. I can tell that already. Scar should be badass. He should look like a barbarian. He should be kind of savage, uneducated, kind of rough around the edges. This looks like just a spoiled teenager from suburbia, this version of Scar. So, oh, the MCU. You're ruining another character. And the show ends with She-Hulk. Jen goes to court as She-Hulk, and she's doing a lot of lawyering, and that's it, the end. We do get a mid-credits scene, and yes, Wong makes a little portal and helps Blonsky get out of jail. So maybe they're going to the Shang-Chi movie. I don't know. So yeah, again, what do I think about She-Hulk now that it's done? I'm thrilled that it's done. I feel bad for Tatiana Maslany because she's not a terrible actor. She's just stuck with terrible material. They tried to be clever here, especially in the finale. I'll give them a little bit of props for that, smashing that fourth wall, and trolling Marvel fans and trolling Marvel Studios itself. I got to give them props for that. It was different, but I'm really, really tired of Marvel, the MCU, just being a joke. Everything is a joke. I can't take any of it seriously. There's a difference between what Daredevil does and what She-Hulk did in episode, is it 9? Yeah, it was 9. There's a difference. One's good and one's not good. So I'm tired of directors, writers, using classic Marvel characters for their activism or just as a vehicle for their own inside jokes or their own issues, frankly. She-Hulk was dumb. It's forgettable. It's not rewatchable. You know, I watched the Avengers movie now, I don't know, dozens of times and enjoy it each and every time. But the MCU now is disposable. You watch it once, you consume it, and I never need to watch any of this again. But I'm happy to watch it for you. That's another MCU show in the books, my friends. I did just get my Black Panther 2 tickets because a friend rented out the movie theater on opening night. So I'll be bringing you Black Panther and anything else that comes our way. All right, tomorrow or later tonight is the finale to Rings of Power. Oh yes, these shows are ending and it's so awesome. But I'll still talk to you. We got House of the Dragon, Andor. I'm going nowhere, my friends. So smash that like button, share the video, tell your friends, family, coworkers that there's this idiot called Everyday Eric. I'd appreciate it. I will see you soon, and as always, I will see you on the new.